Marty. I'm Farrell. I have my friend Tripp here with me. And Tripp, what exactly have you gotten me into today?
Well, Angels Hands Foundation is one of the great organizations in the state of Utah, all volunteer. It is just an amazing group, and they help families who have rare diseases, everything from medical bills, sending the kids to a special summer camp where for 1 week a year they can be around kids with the same disease, wheelchairs, assistance, and a sense of community. And so we're lucky to be here at their Christmas party.
Yes. Well, let's walk around and talk to some people and find out exactly what it's about.
Farrell, this is a great event, and even a hardened person like yourself, you've got some lovely kids, has to feel like this is tremendous.
Yes, well, I have no idea what this event is about. You just said, hey, come down, we're going to do this event. And I see all these people here, and I was kind of wondering if maybe it was like some kind of way to comfort me into the authorities apprehending me.
Well, that's a good point. Well, Mark,
all are welcomed here, regardless of what your past history is.
And his is a sword at best.
Shape.
But you were nice enough to invite me to play on the Angels hockey team this year, and I'm so excited
Geriatrically.
Well,
Mark and I are the two leading scorers as of December.
It was a friend of mine who knew him and wanted him to play with us. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, there you go. Distance yourself.
That's probably a smart move.
I am completely ignorant about anything Disney, especially princes and princesses. So, can you help me out? Who are you?
I'm Cinderella.
I'm Prince Charming.
How could I not know Cinderella, for crying out loud? You know what I mean? So, what are you guys doing down here today?
Well, today we're volunteering for the Angel Hands Foundation Christmas party.
So, do you do many events like this, or?
We do. We get to volunteer with a bunch of different foundations and different organizations, and volunteer and get to play with the different children and just help them to feel happy and do different crafts with them, and it's so fun.
So Mark said we have to come over and talk to you, that you're one of the most lovely people here, and that you mean a lot to the Angels Hands family. Tell me about yourself. First of all, what's your name?
My name is Christy Altman. This is my daughter, Danica.
And she's a movie star, so she's got the glasses on.
Yeah, she's got all the Angel Hand swag on.
Always great. So tell me about your family situation.
Yes, so we had a son, and really rare disease. It was called leukodystrophy. There are certain stages, just like cancer. There are certain types of cancer. So he had a type of leukodystrophy that was never diagnosed. And his lifespan, they estimated from 2 to 8 years old. And he turned 8 years old, and that's when he left.
But right now we're getting a chance to see the Angels Hands Foundation Christmas party. And Mark, tell me how it started and how it's grown.
Well, 16 years ago, a friend of mine and I had a discussion about how frustrating it is to be a parent with a child with a rare disease. And we decided, well, why don't we do something about it? And so that conversation led into Angels Hands Foundation Talk. And we started with 10 Utah families in the state of Utah that had the same disease as my son. And now we have over 500 families that we work with. And we assist with medical bills, therapy equipment, travel to where specialists might be, home modifications, pretty much anything a family needs to improve the quality of their life, they can ask us to help with.
So what kind of reactions do you get from kids when you roll in here? I imagine they get pretty excited, huh?
Yeah, it's anything from awe to who are you?
Like me!
You are. It's true. It's true. It's so fun because we get hugs and kisses, and it's just the greatest.
So how long have you guys been doing this?
Well, Service Opportunities 101 is a Facebook page, and they've been doing this for probably 6 or 7 years. And I've been able to do it since it started. It's been an amazing opportunity.
Coming to Angels Hands events, what does that mean to you and your daughter, and how does this sense of community help you in a tough time?
Well, my husband and I, we knew Mark's son doing the hockey, and then we didn't know Mark himself, but then his son passed away. And then when our son was about 2 years old, we were looking for help for medical needs and just something to where we can go out and have some fun. And Mark approached us with his flyer with Angel Hands, and we recognized his son from the hockey team, and we're like, wait, we know your son already. And so to put the two together, it was really, really wonderful and really weird.
We are a small foundation, so the $70,000 new wheelchair accessible van is out of our realm, but we do help with the lifts that they can put into the vans, and so the smaller piece of that we can help with. But it started out of frustration and has turned into a very beautiful organization that, as you can see here, everybody's here having fun.
Tell me about your son a little bit.
Matt had a rare disease called mucopolysaccharidosis, MPS, and his form was MPS 2, which is Hunter syndrome. Basically, every cell in his body was affected to where most of us can get rid of the waste part of the cell. Matt lacked the enzyme to flush that out of his system, so everything just clogged up in his system. He was diagnosed at 4 and passed away when he was 16, just right after he turned 16 after Christmas. And so this is a tough time of year for me.
So how did you, I mean, besides you're a handsome man, how else did you get a gig like this?
Well, we're friends, and she just invited me today, and I was looking for something good service-wise to do during Christmas season, especially because it's just a good thing to do. So she invited me, and I was like, yeah, sure.
So besides the service thing, which is a great thing, I mean, is this a good way to get chicks?
To get chicks, is that what you said?
I just said kind of quiet. I guess it's family friendly, but I'm just kind of wondering.
I guess.
We were able to go to activities, hockey games. We went to Bees games. We were able to go to a jazz game, and little things like that. It's meant a lot to our family. In other words, because of medical needs, medical bills piling up, it was overwhelming sometimes, and so being able to go out and have fun was a great, wonderful thing, and Mark did that for us.
It's pretty fun here. I cried on my way to the facility this morning because I got up this morning, brewed a pot of coffee, and while it was brewing, I was checking my Facebook and got a message that one of our kids is possibly dying today. And so the full realm of what we're doing, the joy and the sadness that we share, but when my son passed away, we had a very small group. Now we have a huge family that shares in our joy, and we also share in each other's loss.
Hold on, Farrell.
Oh, here we go.
You know, I don't want to brag, but we're twins, aren't we?
Oh.
Could you tell us apart?
It's kind of hard. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't encourage him at all.
I'm a couple years younger, but, you know, it really is embarrassing. When you're out in public, I get all these calls saying, I saw you at this event, and, you know, it's really tough. And you two.
Yeah, we're twins as well.
It's stunning.
Yeah. Look at see, we're just identical.
I was going to say, like, very strikingly similar.
Except I'm better looking.
It's the hair.
Farrell's a stud. Hey, thanks very much for coming on and
thank you,
talking
guys.
to him. This is part of his program where he goes out and talks to nice people.
And for some reason they talk back. I don't get it.
And what does an event like this mean to you, aside from you get to wear really cool sunglasses?
Well, it just makes me feel like I belong here. And this is an event that I can remember my brother and feel that he's here with me.
Does it, when you know about an event like this coming up with Angel's Hands, does it make you excited, or are you sad sometimes too?
I feel exactly like that because usually sometimes I wish that he can just come back.
By growing this organization, and again, Farrell, I'm so impressed. The foundation has no full-time employees. They work out of Mark's house. No expenses to speak of, but the generosity and the wonderful giving of Utahns. They have raised $3 million since the beginning of the foundation, and it's all gone out to these wonderful families and these wonderful kids. And I know this.
Part-time employees either. We've never paid no part-time employees. We've never paid a penny of wages to anybody in 16 years.
So Angel's Hands is really about love.
It is. And we call it the Angel's Hands family. And our fundraisers, we don't call them fundraisers. We call them friend raisers, because our philosophy is if we make enough friends, we don't need to worry about funds. And we're not huge, but we've done all right for the last 16 years.
Hey, Farrell.
Yes, yes.
You know, you seem to find all the princes and princesses.
Yeah.
You don't do a good job with anyone else. Why is that?
I don't know. I think that I'm young at heart, you know. I want to believe in princesses and princes, and that's such a lie. I don't know why.
Well, first of all, why don't you introduce all yourself?
I'm Rapunzel.
I'm Flynn Ryder.
I'm Ferdinand.
See, I thought it was Zorro.
Oh, we got another. And who are you?
Snow White.
I knew Snow White.
Your costume, however, is lacking. Is there anything we're going to do before the next event to get your costume a little bit more fantasy-esque?
No, I don't wear the costumes. I
Why?
just provide the costume.
Are you the fairy godmother? I just heard that off camera.
No.
Can we get you to take your glasses off? Wow. You know, when you're at an event like this, what's your favorite memory of your brother that you kind of think about and makes you feel good?
Well, he usually is sad all the time, and he went through a lot of pains, but when he went to the Angel Hands activities, he was just smiling a lot.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, on a personal level, I've worked with some great charities, including Make-A-Wish back here in the 80s. But Angel's Hands is so great because it's small. So if you have ever thought about a charity that you'd like to give a couple hours a month or anything, Angel's Hands is one of those foundations where you can make a huge difference. And that I'm so excited to have met you and doing some small things to help the foundation.
The biggest thing that Angel's Hands by accident has provided is if you get a muscular dystrophy, a cancer, more common disease diagnoses, it's no less tragic to the families, but there's support groups for those organizations. We all know about MDA and we all know about cancer and those more common diseases. If you get a mucopolysaccharidosis diagnosis, there's nowhere to turn. And we had the genetics doctors up at Children's Hospital now, when they give the sad news to the families, they also say you might check out Angel's Hands Foundation as a place to turn. And that is, we have become that support group for the orphan diseases and the orphan diagnoses. So that to me is as valuable as anything.
What's your name?
Katina.
And Katina, tell me how you got together with all these wonderful people and how you're here at the Angel's Hands Christmas party.
My daughter, who is Belle, actually created Service Opportunities 101, and we go around to charity events and provide the costumes and the accessories, and then everybody signs up and comes and helps for free.
You might have the greatest daughter in the world.
She is.
She came up with this on her own?
She did. She created it in high school.
Wow.
Can I get you guys' names?
Sergio.
Sergio. And your name is?
Susana.
Susana. And so you guys have been with the foundation for quite a few years, right?
Yeah, about 11 years.
And what have they done to help you guys personally?
Anything that you need. Anything. Yeah, whatever you need, they are there to help you.
Just call them up. You're like, hey, we're kind of in a rough spot. We need a part for a wheelchair. And they'd be like, all right, we'll come down and take care of it for you.
Yeah, they do. You just name it. They whatever you need, they are there.
Well, Mark, thank you so much. And
one question. Let me get one in. Trip's always bogarting the entire thing, and I don't get to ask anything.
it works better that way, I felt.
Probably. So if somebody would be interested in volunteering or donating, is there a way they can get a hold of you? Website, phone number?
Angelshands.org. It's angels with an S, hands with an S.org, and you can find out all our information there. And, you know, a $1,000 donation to a huge charity is great, and you get a thank you. A $1,000 donation to Angel's Hands is huge because we are a small organization, and that would do a lot of things for us.
So make sure you go check it out. Donate to a great cause.
And how'd you get involved in this group?
I actually met Marina at a leadership camp a couple years ago.
So a leadership camp is something that Farrell and I never went to. Okay. We went to other camps, but we don't want to get into those. Farrell?
At the end of the day, I mean, the family's the most important. It's just that when financial stuff comes up and things come up, it can be really frustrating. So they help you take care of the financial part so you can worry about the important things.
Yes, and then there's a lot of meetings like today that they for the whole family to enjoy.
So it's just like not only your family but an entire family, everybody here.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, hey, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
How much of a donation would you get to go out and have lunch with Farrell?
They may have to pay.
You've seen me in my hockey jersey. You don't have to pay me to go eat anywhere.
I want to say, we're going to put a picture up on the screen of our team when we went to a wonderful event at the Utah Grizzlies a couple weeks ago, and all our players showed up in our Angels Hands jerseys, and we looked skinny, fast.
It was Photoshopped.
Santa is here, and he knows when you're lying.
It was Photoshopped.
We are a big group, but there is no question.
I'm amazed by this, that people enjoy dressing up. What's the best part about doing events like this?
Just to create relationships out of thin air with people you don't usually get to meet, and the fact that they think you're someone super special and you get to be that person for
Well, you
them.
kind of are if they come running up to you. I mean, as far as they're concerned, you're that person.
Exactly.
What about you?
I just really love the smiles on the faces of these kids. It just brights my day up, and my whole weekend's been awesome so far just because of this event, really.
I understand that you're the person behind donating all this wonderful food for the event. Can you introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. So my name is Kate Sullivan. I work with Utah Food Services. We're based in North Salt Lake and also in the Salt Palace. But I have a daughter who has a rare syndrome, and Mark and I got connected through a friend of a friend, and I was invited to be part of Angel's Hands, and I said, well, what can I do to help? And he's like, well, you know, there's many things that you can do. And so I said, well, I can do food. And he's like, cha-ching, sign up. So ever since that day.
Marks, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We're excited to be here. And Farrell, that was a great question. Do you have another one?
I really don't. I'm tapped out.
Well, I would like you to roam around, and as much time as you have, if you visit with our families, I talk about Angel's Hands, and it's somebody out here trying to promote a cause that's near and dear to him. You talk about Angel's Hands to these families, it's very personal, and they'll tell you one-on-one what it means to them, and that's far more powerful than anything I can say.
Thank you, my friend.
Thanks for being here.
I'll see you on the ice.
Being here.
So I would assume you. Oh, see, you scared her off, Trip.
That happens.
Nobody likes
once in a
you. But I do have a great idea. It's too bad she left because I was going to suggest this to her. They have like the Beauty and the Beast. We have a beast right here that's more than willing to come play the part. I actually came dressed for it today. I was like, what's the deal? He's like, trust me.
Okay, we'll ignore him. What costume do you? Oh, we've got even more beauty. We got even more handsomeness. What costume do you think I am in today? What do you think this costume is?
I think this is the news reporter.
No, it's the Beast.
It's the Beast.
Yes.
Oh, this is pretty
Oh, you're way better looking than Trip. No wonder you're the Beast.
And again, another person that I'm a dead ringer for. You can still tell the difference between us, can't you?
Just slightly.
Okay. Well, this is wonderful, and to come out on a Saturday and see all these happy faces, it's got to make you feel really, really good.
Well, just pulling into the parking lot, I actually started crying as I saw all these people getting out of the car, totally happy as they were assembling their wheelchairs and literally lifting their kids out and getting them into the door. And then just knowing that they wouldn't have this opportunity if Mark didn't make it happen. Mark and Roxanne are incredible people, and whatever they want, we try and give.
There's a lot of names here to get, but I'm going to try to get all of them.
Okay.
Can I get your name?
Yeah, I'm Katie Troop.
Zachary Troop.
Elizabeth Troop. Jane Troop. Alan Troop. Charlie Troop.
And you're a little troop, and that's a lot of troops.
We got a whole herd.
You have a troop of troops.
Yes, we do.
I want everyone to get together, and I'm going to go down the line here. What's the best thing about being here 2 weeks before Christmas?
I think it's the hugs and the smiles. Just it brightens my day.
Sheer happiness. The break from finals, and of course the smiles. I love the smiles.
The kids are just so cute.
All the excitement when they recognize you.
The love they have for us, it's awesome.
The giving.
Well, if you want to know in just a short interview what's great about Utah, this whole group of young people who's decided to give of their time, this is what makes Utah such a great, great state. And if you want to know some of the things that make Utah a little scary,
it's just not very polite at all, not one bit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate your time.
Tell me about your daughter.
So this is Bridget. Bridget has a syndrome called Aicardi syndrome, And so she doesn't speak, but she can get her point across. She loves cookies. And she just loves looking at faces, and she's 15 and she's a trooper. She's like our little angel.
So can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing down here and why this organization is so great?
Yeah, so Angel's Hands, we found Angel's Hands when my oldest was about 18 months old. And we were, trying to deal with his diagnosis and trying to get an understanding of what he was looking at and trying to figure out, what life meant for our family. And that's when we met Mark. And he really helped us find a perspective as how you go forward and you find quality of life for your children no matter what they deal with. And Mark's an amazing example of that. And Angel's Hands is just always been just a source of hope and love and good times for us. And we face a lot of issues with medical problems, and we're at hospitals a lot, and the activities that Angel's Hands provides are just like a safe haven away from the hospitals and away from what they deal with.
Alrighty, can I get your name? Your real name?
It's Marina McNeil.
And Marina, your mom, I do believe, said that you're the creator of this entire thing.
I am. So I created it my sophomore year of high school.
Really? And was that like for a school project, or is it just you just wanted to help out? And
I had a hard time getting being able to volunteer in the community, so I had to go out, and my mom and I had to go and beg people to learn how to volunteer. And so I always had a struggle with trying to get organizations to help me volunteer and be part of things. And so a lot of youth had trouble with getting involved because the organizations wouldn't let them. And so I created the group so we could actually have the youth involved in organizations.
When it comes to Angel's Hands and how the small things can make a difference for kids, talk about that a little bit, making friends and going to events.
Well, for Bridgie, she doesn't have typical play dates, and so for her to meet this community of individuals, and for me to have friends who kind of understand instantly of what you're going through, it's just a really big sense of community. And Bridge has met a lot of good friends.
Where do you think you guys would be without them?
We wouldn't have the hope. We wouldn't have the source of joy that they provide us. And they are a constant source of joy. And they always give us something to look forward to. And we look forward to these events, all the time. Like, my kids always want to know what's next. And there's always something, to look forward to, something that you don't have to worry about, something that's just fun.
Break up the monotony of day-to-day life and things you go through, kind of give you escape for a little while, and you can enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it's just an amazing organization.
Let's do that conversation you had with your mom. How did it go?
Hey Mom, I want to go and volunteer. Actually, it was I want to go to Africa. That's what started. And
So you want to be an actress?
no, I want to go to Africa.
Africa. Oh, I saw it was
What'd you think
after.
she said?
Yeah.
I wanted to go to Africa.
What do you think she said?
American Federation of TV and Radio Actors.
Oh, AFTA.
Okay.
Oh, it's an organization that...
Here's my friend Trip. He's an idiot.
Africa. Okay.
I was 13 and I wanted to go to Africa, and she was like, "You're no way going to Africa alone." And so she got in with me, and she volunteered to come with me to Africa.
Parents who go through this, you general people you meet don't have that sense of understanding of all these challenges, and it's got to be so great to talk to other people that give you a sense that you're not alone.
Right. It's a tough journey. I mean, it's a wonderful. I mean, we have been blessed with our angel here on earth, but it is really hard. Some days are a lot harder than others, and knowing that you can come to events that Angel's Hands hosts once a month just brings total joy. That it's just going to be fun, and the kids are going to have fun. But again, the families are also participants, which makes a huge difference.
Well, thank you so much, and it's been great to meet you, and thanks for being on with us.
Thank you.
I just can't even put words to the kindness and the compassion and just the love that they give you, and it's unconditional, and you don't have to explain. They look in your eyes, you look in Mark's eyes, and he knows what you're going through, and he just loves you, so it's awesome.
Well, I have to say, you are an incredible woman with all these children. I couldn't even begin to imagine how much work and effort you put into these kids. You must really love these kids.
Oh, absolutely. They're amazing. They are just the biggest blessing to have, and I'm so thankful to be their mom. They're awesome.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it, and have a Merry Christmas.
You too. Thanks for helping Angel's Hands.
You went over to Africa and volunteered?
Yes, we did. Yep. And then we got involved with Rotary and Angel's Hands and Make-A-Wish and a bunch of different organizations.
And this all started in your sophomore year or junior year of high school?
This was actually my freshman year. I went to Africa.
Are you kidding me?
And then sophomore year, the Service Opportunities 101 was created.
I was hanging out in the parking lot in high school, doing nothing with my life, being an idiot.
You know, that's knowing you as well as I do, that's shocking. I would have figured you'd been volunteering somewhere.
So your mom must be awfully proud. I mean, that's incredible that you've done all that stuff at such a young age.
I could not have done it without my mom. My mom is the thing that keeps, the glue that keeps everything together. She helps me with everything. She has to help me get the costumes ready. She helps with carpooling. She helps with everything imaginable. It's 100% because of my mom.
Hey, Devin, tell me about your special friend right here.
He's cuddly.
Does he smell good?
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah. All labs have times when they are less than the best. But what does he do for you?
He gets things for me. He does all sorts of things. And then he turns on lights.
How does he turn on lights?
He jumps up and hit it.
Farrell, my other co-host, can't do that. And look at him. Now, admittedly,
I can now.
Your best friend is a little better looking. Farrell, who's your favorite driver?
That guy that was in that Miss Daisy movie, he's a pretty good driver. Morgan Freeman, right? Is that who that was? Yeah, Morgan Freeman's my favorite driver.
We try not to take him out in public. So my friend and a guy I've known for a lot of years, Richie Hearn, used to drive the Budweiser Indy car. And he met Kevin Harvick one time, and Kevin wasn't very nice. I was there. So my favorite drivers are Kurt and Kyle Busch, and then Martin Truex, who won it this year. So we're getting into NASCAR minutia, but tell me about why you're here and some of the great things you do for families that need some help.
Well, I'm like the Ray O'Reilly of MASH. Basically, people will call me and ask me for things, and I try to find them the best equipment that I can, whether it be a wheelchair, a walker, or a ramp for their house or something. I do it through the Utah Center for Assistive Technology.
Okay, now, your mom's not watching on TV. She can't hear us. What's the worst thing you've done
Worst thing I've done?
Yeah.
With what?
in your life?
In my life. I fed a girl dog food and told her it was Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, my God. You now become Farrell's best friend.
That's a good idea. I'm going to add that to my repertoire. Thank you.
That's on your bucket list now.
I'm going to feed Trip dog food and tell him it's Cocoa Puffs.
Tell me how, if someone would like to get involved, give me the name of your organization again.
It's called Service Opportunities 101. It's just a Facebook or Instagram group, and you just go and follow it, and you can go and sign up for different events. There's Angel Hands events, there's Rotary events, there's City Council events, and you can go and get involved and volunteer in the community.
Dad, come on in here. Tell me a little bit about your son's best friend.
Zed. He is from Canine Companion for Independence. He does a lot of stuff. I mean, the biggest thing is he snuggles. Very, very compassionate dog. But Devin has muscular dystrophy, and when he's in a wheelchair, this is when Zed will really come out with what he can do, picking up stuff, pulling his wheelchair, retrieving things for Devin, whether it's a TV remote or a game remote or keys, whatever the case may be. But he is he's a very loving dog and perfect companion for my son.
Tell me about the Utah Center for Assistive Technology.
It's an organization run through the State Office of Rehabilitation, and we actually help people become more independent or be able to go back and return to work.
Oh, what a fantastic calling. And how does one get a hold of you?
They can contact me at 801-887-9528, and they can just ask for Ken Reed, and I'll try to help them out and see whatever I can do for them.
Let's say a couple volunteers like Farrell and I came along. What would you think that we would be good for? You know, obviously we're a pair of handsome, talented guys. What area do you think would be best for us?
We also go and visit old folks' homes, so we go and...
I was going to say Trip could be Father Time, like at a New Year's event.
We go and visit them, and so they love people coming and seeing and visiting with them and hearing all of their stories. I mean, we'd love to have you guys come and dress up.
They won't let Trip leave.
This was my former favorite girl in the world. I was going to...
You can't do that. You can't do that to me.
They won't let Trip leave the nursing home.
Really?
No.
I've got to be back by 1.
I'm meaning we go and volunteer at a variety of different organizations. So you guys are welcome to come and wear the costumes, but... yeah, there's a lot of different varieties.
He tows you around in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Cool.
What's your top speed? Do you know?
I don't know.
You know, there's an app you can put on your phone, and I bet he can tell you at about 104 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe not that fast, maybe a little slower, but that is cool. Tell me about the organization that trains these dogs, and because I think they're as close to amazing, because as a dog owner, you train a dog and then get to keep them for 12, 14 years. These people train dogs as volunteers and you give them up.
Correct. And Canine Companion for Independence is based in California. In fact, Dean Koontz, the author, is who started it.
When you go to work each day, that has got to make you feel very good every morning, knowing that you're helping people and making their lives easier.
It's the most rewarding job in the world. To be able to help somebody and show them that, yeah, life has changed, but it does go on, and you can be better.
Do you have one story, Ken, where you can talk about doing one thing where you've just really changed someone's life and their ability to negotiate?
Oh, we actually helped one of the angels. His power wheelchair was stolen, and they contacted me and asked me if I could find a wheelchair for him. And the day before, somebody donated basically a brand new power wheelchair that was just perfect for this kid, and we got it for him the next day.
Who would steal a power?
I was just going to say the same thing. What kind of heartless, horrible individual would steal a wheelchair?
I got no clue, but I tell you what, when I heard it happen, I was like, we need to help him out immediately.
Oh, that's fantastic. Ken, you are one of those people you get a chance to talk to, and it makes you feel, or at least I know Farrell and I feel a lot better about the world.
Oh, I love my job. It's fun.
What superhero costume could Farrell be?
You can be Spider-Man or Batman.
There you go, bro, Spider-Man.
Green Lantern. You could even be Prince Adam.
Porky Pig.
Mark just said Porky Pig.
I was thinking more of Duff Man from Simpsons.
That's it. Hey, you are just, again, I can't say enough nice things about what you've done. And so, again, go on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook, Service Opportunities 101. Just join the group, or Instagram. You can also follow it. You just click follow, and then you can sign up for the different events.
Fantastic. I know that some of our wonderful viewers will reach out, and that is great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We went out there for 2 weeks of training, and after Devin was accepted for the dog, and very thorough training that they did with the dogs. They have a person raise them for the first 18 months of their lives, and then they go for 6 to 9 months of special training, and then we come in for 2 weeks. And they just continue to help us out and do different training and assistance that we need throughout the years. But yeah, all very supportive.
Okay, can I get everybody's name?
Annabelle.
Edison.
Aislinn.
And why are you guys down here today?
We're volunteering through our school just to help out. So.
And what school? Everybody gets excited about school spirit. So what school do you go to?
Harriman.
Harriman. And what? That's a long ways away.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't Harriman full of rednecks? I mean, that's what I've heard. I mean, I don't know. So,
Yeah, it's just a stereotype. It's not all of us.
so there's some truth to the stereotype.
Yeah.
You three are the only ones that aren't rednecks in Harriman.
That's true.
Yep.
So right now, so at this moment, Harriman's nothing but rednecks.
Yeah.
So, Farrell, we're both lab owners.
Yes.
And is that the handsomest dog in the world right there?
That is. And sits right there and doesn't move. Is this a service animal, I'm assuming?
Yes, she is.
And what's your name?
My name's Wendy.
Your name. And what's
Her
the
name is Emily.
Emily.
So, and just looking, now my yellow labs, and I've had 3, would be serving themselves right now at the buffet line.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Leslie, introduce me to your daughter.
So this is Bree, and then obviously our four-legged daughter, Emily, and I'm Scott.
Hey, Scott, Bree is a beautiful young lady. How, having a service dog like this, how important is that to your family?
Oh, it is so important. I mean, first off, Bree always has a buddy with her, but then when she's at the table doing homework or whatever, if she drops anything, Emily's able to sit there and grab it for her and be right there, Johnny on the spot, and help her out.
And you mentioned the cost of his best friend is how much?
This is a $50,000 dog with all the training, all the veterinary things, the breed. So about a $50,000 dog is what they estimate.
Wow.
We got it for free.
That is wonderful. And some of the coolest people here are on 4 legs. And this is a great story. Thanks for telling us.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And thank you. Do you go on TV a lot?
I don't know.
Okay, well, this is a good chance. Stars are born every day, and this could be your chance.
Okay.
So what's the school you guys go to in Harriman?
Sorry, what?
The school in Harriman? Where do you go to?
Harriman High.
Harriman High. And you guys have like a cheer or something? Will I be able to get you guys to chant something and yell and get excited and make all these people look at us like we're insane?
I don't know.
Maybe just make one up.
Yeah, Aislinn, go ahead. Make one up.
Here's the school cheer. Harriman, I don't know. Does that work?
Harriman, I don't know.
So you say that she's a service animal. I mean, what kind of things will she do?
Well, one of the things that's very helpful to Bree, with her being in a chair, she's not able to reach things that fall on the floor. So that's where Emily comes in.
Really? Can you?
And then just look at that tail. She's a happy girl.
And no commands or nothing. She just knows to do it.
She just knows.
You don't have to say anything.
She's awesome like that. She's on
autopilot. That's incredible. That's really great. What a good dog. I'm very jealous. No, I'm not even being funny. I'm extremely jealous. That is so great.
She's great. She helps her with taking her shoes and socks off. She can help take her coat off, her hat, mittens. I mean, so many things. Open the fridge for her to get a drink, open the pantry, the metal switch plates on the walls to open the doors automatically. She'll press them for her so she can go right through.
So with the dog, she's fairly independent. She can do pretty much what she wants.
Yeah.
So have you guys volunteered at events like this in the past, or is this your first one?
So this is our first time. We're part of an organization called DECA, and so we all came together to do with our officer team to just help around, and so this is the first time we've done it this year.
So what exactly is DECA? Because I've heard of that, but I don't know what it is.
So DECA's a business club, and we just focus on like marketing and entrepreneurship. Yeah.
Teach you a little something about business before you go to school to learn about business.
Yeah. You know what? Right here.
Oh, Harriman DECA. Look at it's like your Letterman jacket.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a businessman Letterman jacket.
Yeah, it is.
I got somebody else to sponsor me and buy this jacket for me. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for talking with me.
Awesome,
and
thank you.
Go Harriman. I don't know.
Having a best friend is the best thing in the world. How did you go up and find this lovely?
You know what? Actually, Wendy ended up finding them. So she is through Canine Companions for Independence, a nationwide organization that places service dogs with families.
That is wonderful. And tell me about what was the connection right off the bat?
Oh my goodness, it was an instant bond between these two. We rotated through a few dogs to see which one would be a good match, and just seeing these two together, it was just an instant match and bond, and Emily just understood Bree and her emotions and her speech and everything right away, and they just had a great connection from the get-go.
They're partners now.
Oh yeah, definitely, partners for life. We're pretty sure these two can take over the world.
I bet, I have no doubt.
Well, that's fantastic, and you guys, what a pretty family, and I am so excited, and thanks for letting us talk a little bit.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
This is my buddy Nathan, and we met at the hockey game. How are you, young man?
I'm doing good.
So Nathan sells hot dogs to raise money for charities. What's the best day that what's the most you've ever sold?
Well, I don't know. We don't keep track.
Well, I talked to your parents. I think you did $600 or $800 in one day. Wow.
Yeah, I did $800 in the Smith's parking lot.
So Nathan, do you think the Nathan's Hot Dogs people stole your name?
No.
Okay, good. We are so happy with that. Nathan, you are a profile in Courage. It's great to talk to you. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Alrighty, Trip. So we've talked to a lot of nice people, seen a lot of nice things. What do you think is so great about this?
Well, first of all, I'm so impressed with Angels Hands Foundation and what they've been able to do for people. We have met so many nice people, and if you're looking for something, if you're in the Christmas spirit, go on the website. We'll have it up on the screen, and help out this wonderful organization, and you'll meet some girls not as pretty as you and some handsome young men and some great people, and I'm super impressed.
You know, I think honestly, and all joking aside, I honestly think people should come to more events like this and help more people like this. It will really make you appreciate what you have in life, and it'll make you feel so great to go help other people out.
I couldn't say it better. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you on this Christmas spirit reaching out. Thanks so much.